Hi, I'm Kale. I am one of the founders of Humanize Consulting, and this is the first video I am making for our Humanize YouTube page. And I'm really excited to start making videos to talk about social justice topics that I'm really passionate about. One of my big life learnings came in my 20s from a dear friend of mine, Little Woo, when she taught me how to follow my passions in life without worrying about what the outcome might be. Just do things you're interested in without worrying where it might lead. And I've done so many things over the last 10 years just because I love doing them. And all those little breadcrumbs I've followed have kind of led me to this summer when I co-founded a company called Humanize Consulting. In the last 10 years, these passions have been things like creating my own YouTube channel, which involved teaching myself editing and building a website. I produced a conference for 4 years. I read hundreds of books on social justice. And I've worked at UBC also for the last decade. And at UBC, I have facilitated and built and taught workshops on diversity, equity, and inclusion. All of these things, following my passions for the last decade, brought me here to start a company so that I can use my skills and the knowledge I've gained to teach social justice and related topics to other organizations and individuals. And I am so thrilled that this is my next adventure. Recently, it was the International Day of Disabled Persons, so I thought for my first video, I would talk a bit about my own lived experience as a disabled person. I became disabled almost exactly 7 years ago in January 2014, and what that looked like for me was I was sitting at my desk at work, and bam, out of nowhere, I got a headache. And that headache never went away. Sometimes I have spent months in bed because it's been so debilitating. Other times it's there because it's always there. It's there right now. But you can't tell because I've become really good at masking. I should clarify that since that day 7 years ago, there have been periods of time, 5 or 6 months long, where I didn't have a headache. I would have it for a while, and then it would slowly ebb away, and I would be headache free. But that hasn't happened for quite a long time. I used to assume it would go away forever. Like the first time it went away, I thought, okay, that was a one-off thing. It's never going to happen again, right? But now doesn't really go away anymore. As of today, which is December 6th, I've had a headache for 902 days straight without it ever going away. It varies and fluctuates in how bad it is. Right now, it's not that bad. 2 days this week, I was in bed or on the couch for the entire day straight because it was so bad, but it's always, always there. At some point, I started accepting that having a headache might just be my state of being forever. And some of my friends thought that was discouraging or morbid, but I found that really freeing. I wasn't waiting around to get better anymore. And, it doesn't mean I gave up hope or I stopped treating myself. I still do all the things that I do and that my neurologist recommends that I do. But I just accepted that this might be a permanent state and I might be permanently disabled. And so that's when I started to use the term disabled. Before, I'd never felt like that could or should apply to me because I had periods in my life where I was more okay or even pain free and times that I wasn't. So I didn't know if I could own the term disabled. Claiming that label, though, has been so empowering. It's allowed me to find community. There's a chronically queer group in Vancouver that I'm so grateful for. There are other disabled friends. I found a support group for people with the same diagnosis as me, and that has been extremely empowering to find that community. So I want to make a lot more videos in the future. I want to talk about my own experience as a disabled person, a lot of the challenges of having an invisible disability because they are very distinct, and just all kinds of social justice topics that I'm really excited about. I want to make videos about the things we teach at Humanize Consulting, things like anti-Black racism and power and privilege, Indigenous awareness, and gender and sexuality. Thanks for watching this video. It's vulnerable to talk about having a disability to strangers, but I think it's really important, as I said, to normalize talking about disability, especially with young people and your friends. And, you can use this video to start a conversation maybe. So to check out more videos, follow our Humanize Consulting YouTube channel, and I'll post links to our Instagram and TikTok and Twitter and all the things down below. And thanks for watching. Bye.